What is up, YouTube? It is Docky, or Docky Style Gaming, and we are back at it again with some new Anthem news today. Now, some of this news we're going to be talking about is going to be coming from Mark Darrah's Twitter, of course, some brand new Gamescom information, and possibly a release date for the Anthem beta, or at least one of the Anthem betas. So, let's get into all of the tweets first, and then we'll cover the rest of it as we go along. So, starting with the first tweet from Mark Darrah that was asked, they were talking about if Anthem would support modding, or at least have something similar to how Fallout does, and I'm assuming similar to how Skyrim is as well. And Mark Darrah had to say on this subject, no, at least not for now. Now, me personally, I wouldn't want modding in the game because it's just kind of hard to regulate modding. People could kind of upload something that could potentially harm the game through mods. So I'm not a fan of modding in games. So I kind of hope it never comes to Anthem. But again, he did say at least not for now. And he did go on and in a follow-up tweet say that the main reason that there isn't modding in the game is just because of the way the Frostbite engine works, and he's not sure if it would be able to actually support it. So that's one of the reasons why, but also, again, it could just be a restriction type thing, and it's, like I said, it's kind of hard to regulate when you allow mods in a video game. So I kind of hope it doesn't come to Anthem, but that's just me personally. I know there's a community out there for that. The next bit of information that Mark Darrah was talking about, or was asked, the question that he was asked, was player was looking at the gameplay footage and essentially was seeing all the ruins across the map in the gameplay. And he asked Mark Darrah, where did these ruins essentially come from? Now, Mark Darrah went on to say that they're either human or they're something. ... So, these ruins that we've been seeing in the gameplay are clearly human ruins, or, again, something else. But it's kind of interesting from a lore side of things that humans would be down in the open world of Anthem without a javelin. I mean, they could potentially have had a javelin, who knows, or something could have happened to them. I just thought that was an interesting little tidbit. The next bit of information that was talked about was the mission structure of the game. So, when talking to, or when asking Mark Darrah, they were asking if when you play your story missions, would you be able to have a little more freedom and do what you want to do, or is it going to keep you on the beaten path essentially? So what Mark Darrah had to say on this subject was missions will be linear within themselves and free play is wide open. Now, I've covered this before in a video a very long time ago, but Mark Darrah also kind of went on to say that you can have a bit of freedom when you're within missions, but there will be boundaries and certain things to make sure you stay on the right path for that mission. But again, when you're in open world and free play, you can do whatever you want. But just so you're not wasting too much time on the mission, especially if you're matchmaking with other players, I'm pretty sure they've intentionally put things in place to make sure you stay on the path of that mission. So that is that. The next bit of information, and this was covered before as well, was talking about the different freelancers and if you'd be able to create multiple ones on the same account. And Mark Darrah did have to say that yes, you will. Like I said, this has been covered before, but mainly for the players that have multiple people in the family that want to make multiple freelancers and then run the story with themselves. Or if you just want to have a male and a female freelancer, you can do that as well. Though I think it's better to just have one because, again, all of your gear is based off of your freelancer's level. So if you restart and make a brand new freelancer that at level 1, I'm wondering if your gear is going to be dropping at level 1 even though you have a higher level freelancer, but who knows. Next bit of information is about story difficulty. Now, when asked when they asked Mark Darrah about the story difficulty, if you're playing in the story mission and 3 people join up, would there be more enemy spawns? Would the enemies get harder and things of that sort? Mark Darrah had to go on to say that 4 players will be a lot easier, or at least be a bit easier, but there will be adjustments to group sizes. I'm assuming adjustments to difficulty according to your group size. So the more players you have, I'm assuming the more difficult it is, and the lower amount of players you have, it'll adjust its difficulty depending on the size of the group that it is, or if you're playing solo. So I thought that was cool, and that's kind of been touched on before, but he did go on and cover a bit more about that there. Now, this next bit of information is kind of a lore / story related mechanics of Anthem. It's just talking about the actual javelins themselves. Now, when asked about the javelins, weapons, and gear and how they're attached or equipped, Mark Dara had to say that the weapons are held and gear is built in on the javelins themselves. So that's that. Like I said, just a bit of lore information. The next bit of information was something that I wanted to put in here, even though I've covered this on my channel probably 10 plus times, but I got to put it in here because somebody asked it again. Now, they asked Mark Dara if there would be any other editions of Anthem planned outside of the Legion of Dawn and Standard Edition. And of course, Mark Dara had to go on to say that no, there are no other editions of Anthem planned. So, at least no other editions of the game. So guys, just stop asking this man this question. Let him answer some new questions, because we've got this one so many times, and every time he's asked this question, I will put this in another video. So, last bit of information that was asked, or last question that was asked to Mark Dara was if he would be attending PAX or Gamescom. And Mark Dara did have to say that he will be attending PAX West, which is going to be Saturday, September 1st, by the way. They're going to be having their own panel there. And he didn't even reply to the Gamescom comment. But now that we're on the subject of Gamescom, I can actually talk a bit about that. So, this Welsh game site, don't really know how to pronounce the name of it, I'm not going to try to, posted apparently THQ Nordic's full games list, or the list of all the games that are going to have booths at Gamescom. And if we look at the very top of the booth, or the list in alphabetical order, we see that 2 Electronic Arts games are actually going to be there, which is Anthem and Battlefield 5. Now, Anthem Insider also tweeted this as well. He retweeted it from this Welsh site. That's actually what got me seeing it. But I thought that was pretty cool that we essentially now have confirmation that Anthem and technically EA will be in attendance or be there in some form at Gamescom. So that'll be pretty interesting, and possibly we could either see some new gameplay, new trailers, something at Gamescom from Anthem. So I'm extremely happy that we finally got some Gamescom news, especially considering Gamescom's like within a couple of weeks now. So they will for sure be at Gamescom, and they're also going to be at PAX West as well. So last bit of new information, or I won't even say new, because this actually came out at the beginning of this month. I believe it was August 1st is when this tweet was posted. But an eagle-eyed viewer on my channel by the name of Brandon actually spotted this, and he's kind of the one that got me looking into it and looking at all the comments on it, and people are all assuming the same thing. So the 1st of August, Mark Dara tweeted a tweet saying 12 is the largest single syllable in English. 2 is the only even prime. Coincidence? And then he said no, because those aren't even related to each other. But it's just a very random thing to spew out 12, about 12, the number 12 and the number 2. So a lot of people now, including myself, I won't say it's 100% for sure, but it's a pretty suspicious tweet from Mark Dara. People are assuming that this tweet is either saying that 12/02/18 is when we'll possibly be getting the release date, which would be December 2nd. And that kind of makes sense because, as I've mentioned before, when I was kind of making a hypothesis on when we would potentially get the Anthem demos, I did say that we would possibly get one in December, and probably our second one would be like either a couple of weeks before the actual release of Anthem, or at least a month before Anthem. And I was assuming either November for like Black Friday, around that area, just to get people hyped to pre-order the game, or I was assuming around Christmas time as well, for, you know, people to go spend all their Christmas money on pre-ordering Anthem as well. So I could see it being December 2nd. Who knows? Like I said, it's just a very suspicious tweet, and it definitely caught my eye when Brandon pointed it out. So I wanted to at least put that in this video, even though it's been out for, like I said, since the 1st of this month, and I haven't really seen anybody cover it. So I wanted to put that in the video for you. So that's all I got for this video today, guys. thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Sorry this was kind of a long one, but I wanted to get all this information out for you guys. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.